Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you so much for our time together. I want us to return to the book of Acts today. Now, I've been focusing back there on some of those passages in the Old Testament that maybe some of you have never read before, but some beautiful truth about the sacredness of God's house. But I want us to return to the book of Acts today and just let you relax about something. In verse 44 of chapter 13, on the next Sabbath, almost the whole city gathered to hear the word of the Lord. When the Jews saw the crowds, they were filled with jealousy and talked abusively against what Paul was saying. In today's modern world of the internet and blogs and My Friends and MySpace, and sometimes I think we should rename it, and instead of calling it blogs, we should call it slanderous opinions. It is amazing how people that have done nothing with their life feel that they have the right to speak abusively against good doctrines. I see many doctrines that I cherish and hold with great reverence. Doctrines of marriage spoken abusively against. Doctrines of speaking in tongues. Doctrines of sowing and reaping. Doctrines of giving. Doctrines of tithing. Doctrines of parenting. Doctrines of the local church. Doctrines of being born again. Doctrines of grace. Doctrines of mercy. It seems that on the internet today, people feel that they have the right to just speak abusively against truth. Now, you and I need to understand it's always been this way. A person brought me a blog that somebody had written about me and said, Pastor Sumrall, and it was about tithing and giving. Did you say this? And I read it. I said, you know what? I said everything he says I said. I just didn't say it the way he says it. Now, let me say that one more time. I said everything that he claims I said. I just didn't say it the way he said it. When people speak abusively against something, they spin it. When people speak abusively against something, they twist it. They twist the spirit of it. They twist the meaning of it to somehow justify their slander. Now, brothers and sisters, some of you, forgive me, in your connect groups, doctrines that you hold cherished and loved are spoken abusively against. Women in ministry, speaking in tongues. I can remember as a young Bible school student, when I first went to Bible school, classes had not quite yet opened. I'd gone up to school early. You know me, I always like to be early. And I was up doing my laundry at this little public washing laundromat, not too far from the Bible college. And these young men walked in and were teasing these girls from the same Bible college I was from, and I had no idea who they were. They were walking up to these girls and saying, speak in tongues for us, and just mocking these girls. Well, forgive me, I'd only been saved 8 months and I was not very sanctified yet. But needless to say, those boys stopped their mocking. But I got a real education on that day. Things that have changed my life, like born again, justification, speaking in other tongues, miracles, healing, moving of the Holy Spirit. It's amazing how people at the first stage of persecution will speak abusively against the truth, abusively against good doctrines. So relax when you see this stuff on the web. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just a little easier to find now than it used to be.